Chosen one, pause your endless scroll, for what I am about to share has been veiled until this very moment. A directive from the divine. Now it shall be revealed. It is no mere coincidence that you are hearing these words. This is a symphony of divine alignment, resonating deep within your soul. You've felt it, haven't you? The subtle shift, the mounting pressure, the unseen spiritual battles, the unsettling silence. But now the dam is breaking. The long-awaited release is upon you. Revelation is at hand. Those very dreams, those aspirations you believed were lost to the shadows of delay, denial, or destruction, they are emerging from the darkness, bathed in the radiant light of truth. This is the moment heaven itself has orchestrated for you. You stand at the precipice of fulfillment, where the veils are thinning, and all that was hidden is about to be brought into the light. Truths that were meticulously concealed will now be laid bare for all to see. Promises that echoed in your heart, only to fade into what seemed like oblivion, are now being delivered, wrapped in celestial grace. This, dear chosen one, transcends a mere change of seasons. It is a divine unveiling, a grand spectacle, and you, yes, you are at its very center. Listen with unwavering intent. If you are watching or listening now, it is because the hand of God has guided you here. Your spirit, restless and yearning, has cried out for answers, for confirmation. And this is it, the resounding affirmation you've been waiting for. The signs are undeniable, the shift unstoppable. Before we delve deeper into this urgent message, I ask you to do 3 things. First, let your finger dance upon that like button, a simple gesture of acknowledgement. Second, subscribe to this channel. We are on a journey to 40,000 subscribers, and you cannot afford to miss the life-altering messages that await you. Lastly, leave a comment with the number 99. This number, imbued with immense power, serves as a key, an amplifier of this message, a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive the unvarnished truth. If you are, in truth, a chosen one, I know you will journey to the end of this video. Your spirit is already stirring, preparing you for the monumental shift ahead. But if you are not yet aligned, if you are not ready to embrace this potent truth, you may find yourself unable to complete this journey. For those who persevere, for those who are ready to treat this message with the gravity it deserves, your life will be irrevocably transformed. Let us now dive into what you urgently need to know. Perhaps for years, you have carried a profound sense of restlessness in your soul. You watched as others seemed to surge forward, while you remained tethered, caught in an agonizing loop of silence and confusion. But I tell you now, that silence was not abandonment. It was divine positioning, a careful calibration of the cosmos. God was not ignoring you. He was meticulously preparing you to hear directly from Him, in a way that would shatter the very foundations of your understanding. This is no longer a mere whisper in the night. It is a resounding roar emanating from the heavens, echoing within your very spirit. It is no coincidence that you are hearing this now. This is confirmation incarnate. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. In truth, you are the one being addressed, the one singled out from the billions. You have been marked by heaven for something far greater than you can currently fathom. There exists a frequency within the divine realm that only the chosen ones can perceive. And if your heart is pounding within your chest, if your eyes are welling up with tears, it is because your spirit recognizes the profound truth being spoken. God is finally speaking, and He is speaking directly to you, about you, and for you. Your life is on the cusp of a monumental shift because the divine spotlight has landed squarely upon you. This is your season, your signal, your time. 7 days, not a random number plucked from thin air. In the spiritual realm, it represents a cycle of completion, a countdown to a transformation of epic proportions. What has remained stagnant for years will begin to stir, to shift, to realign in a matter of days. What has been locked away behind seemingly impenetrable doors will swing open wide, revealing untold possibilities. But you must be ready. Your heart, your faith, your mindset, all must align with this divine movement. These next 7 days will be a crucible, a test of your very belief. Not everything will make sense in the tangible world, but a voice, a whisper deep within your soul, will murmur, "It's time." You will feel the pull, the undeniable tug of destiny. You will hear confirmation in unexpected conversations, in the subtle signs that surround you, in the vivid landscapes of your dreams, even in fleeting, quiet moments of reflection. Do not dismiss these as mere happenstance. This is your divine shift, unfolding in real time. Stay awake, stay alert, stay vigilant. Do not slumber through the miracles that are being meticulously arranged behind the curtain of perceived reality. You are being aligned with favor, with the right people, with the vital resources, with the groundbreaking breakthroughs that you didn't even dare to ask for. God has already issued the decree. All that remains is for you to show up, fully embodied in faith and bold expectation. 7 days. Watch, listen, and prepare to be amazed by what unfolds. You were not chosen because you were perfect, flawless, or without blemish. You were chosen because you endured, because you possessed the unyielding strength to rise again and again. While others succumbed to despair, you clung to prayer. While others sought shortcuts and easy paths, you walked through the fires of adversity. That resilience, that broken yet fiercely beating heart, that is what caught the eye of the divine. You were never rejected, never cast aside. You were set apart, prepared for a destiny far greater than you imagined. The truth, often unspoken, is that those God uses most profoundly are often those who have been crushed the deepest. But that crushing was not intended to break you. It was to anoint you, to imbue you with a power that could only be forged in the crucible of suffering. You were being refined, pressed, purified by the fires of life. That is why your existence often felt like a relentless battle, a constant state of warfare. Because hell knew the grand designs heaven held for you. No one ever told you that your scars were not blemishes, but signatures, divine markings that testified to your resilience, proving that you are destined for a higher calling. And now, the time has come for you to know the full, unadulterated truth. You are not average, not ordinary, not commonplace. You are appointed, divinely chosen, set apart for a purpose that will reverberate through eternity. Your life is not a mistake, not a random occurrence in a chaotic universe. It is a message waiting to be delivered, a symphony of hope waiting to be heard. The heartbreak, the agonizing delays, the countless nights you cried out, "Why me?" They were all chapters in a far grander story, each brushstroke adding depth and meaning to the masterpiece that is your life. Nothing was wasted. Not the tears that stained your pillow, not the crushing losses that left you breathless, not the people who walked away when you needed them most. Every pain had a purpose, a divine intention, and that purpose is now unfolding before your very eyes. You were never being punished, never being subjected to some cosmic retribution. You were being strengthened, forged in the fires of adversity, prepared for a destiny that demanded unyielding fortitude. Just as steel is tempered by fire, you were being forged through the trials of life, each challenge molding you into a vessel of strength and resilience. Your endurance is your qualification, your unwavering spirit, the testament to your divine appointment. God needed someone who would not crumble under pressure, someone who could bear the weight of destiny, and that someone, my dear chosen one, is you. Look back now, not with the bitterness of regret, but with the clarity of revelation. Every unanswered prayer was a redirection, a gentle nudge toward a path more aligned with your ultimate destiny. Every closed door was divine protection, shielding you from what was not meant for you. Everything, even the seeming setbacks, was preparation, a meticulous arrangement of the cosmos to bring you to this precise moment. And now, at long last, you step into the season you were meticulously built for, the destiny you were always meant to fulfill. Have you felt, for what seems like an eternity, as though you were wandering blindfolded through life, navigating a labyrinth without a map or compass? That was the fog of transition, a spiritual covering designed to protect what God was diligently building behind the scenes. But the fog is now lifting, dissipating in the face of truth, and clarity is about to explode into your life, illuminating the path ahead with a radiant glow. You will begin to understand why certain people had to leave, why certain opportunities dissolved into nothingness, why you were subjected to delays that defied all logical explanation. Then, suddenly, the puzzle pieces will align, snapping into place with a satisfying click. What felt random will feel remarkably right, divinely orchestrated. What seemed painful will feel profoundly prophetic, a necessary catalyst for the transformation you are about to undergo. God is revealing the blueprint, the intricate design of your destiny, woven into the very fabric of your being. You will hear it in your spirit, a resounding affirmation that echoes through your soul. You will feel it in your bones, a deep knowing that transcends mere understanding. This isn't guesswork anymore. No more fumbling in the dark. It's revelation, pure and unadulterated. Get ready for divine downloads, heavenly strategies, supernatural insight. The fog is lifting, and you are about to see everything with unparalleled clarity. Waiting has its place, its own unique purpose in the grand scheme of things. But there comes a time when waiting becomes disobedience, a refusal to step into the destiny that awaits you. Some of you have been praying, pleading, God, show me when, give me a sign. He is shouting back, the time is now. Stop waiting for a perfect moment, for a flawless alignment of the stars. The miracle, the breakthrough, the very essence of your destiny lies in your movement, in your willingness to take that first step, even when the path ahead remains shrouded in mystery. Your destiny is not some far-off dream, some distant possibility that may or may not come to fruition. It's a current reality, vibrating with potential, waiting for your active participation. You don't need another sign, another confirmation, another validation from the external world. You need action, unwavering faith that propels you forward, even when fear whispers insidious doubts in your ear. Every time you delay, every time you hesitate, you disconnect from the very blessings that are trying to manifest in your life. Start walking, start moving, start acting as though your destiny is already yours, and the way will miraculously appear before you. This is not a season for timid hesitation, for cautious deliberation. It is a season for holy boldness, for audacious leaps of faith that defy all logical explanation. Your destiny is already in motion, propelled by the force of divine will. Heaven is backing you, showering you with favor and grace, and all of creation is groaning, yearning for you to step into your rightful place. So stop languishing in the waiting room of fear, paralyzed by doubt and uncertainty. Your name has already been called, etched in the annals of destiny. When you are called, when you finally step into your purpose, the world may not understand you. People will say you've changed, that you're acting strange, that you've lost your way. But the truth is, you're not crazy, not delusional, not misguided. You're awakening, shaking off the slumber of mediocrity, and embracing the fullness of your divine potential. Your spirit is shifting, aligning with a higher frequency, and your old environment, the familiar patterns of your past, simply cannot contain your new identity. You've outgrown certain conversations, certain habits, certain places that once held you captive. That's not arrogance, not pride, not a sense of superiority. It's alignment, a recalibration of your soul to resonate with the frequency of your divine purpose. God is calling you to higher ground, to a realm of unprecedented possibilities, and that means shedding the familiar to embrace the divine, leaving behind the comfort of the known to venture into the uncharted territories of your destiny. Yes, it's lonely at times, a solitary journey into the unknown. Yes, it's confusing, a dizzying maze of choices and uncertainties. But this is the price of elevation, the necessary sacrifice for achieving the greatness that awaits you. Start paying attention to what no longer resonates within your soul, what feels dissonant and out of alignment with your truest self. The discomfort, the unease, the sense of something being amiss, these are all divine signals, subtle nudges from the universe guiding you toward your authentic path. You're not going backward, not regressing into a less evolved version of yourself. You're being launched forward, catapulted into a destiny far grander than you ever dared to imagine. And everything you feel off about, everything that causes friction and resistance within your soul, that's really heaven pulling you toward your purpose, gently but firmly guiding you toward the path you were always meant to walk. You've cried, begged, pleaded for one clear sign, One undeniable indication that this wasn't all in vain, that your efforts were not for naught. This is it, my dear chosen one. This is your confirmation, the resounding affirmation that God heard every prayer, saw every tear, and has been moving, orchestrating, and working even when you couldn't see it, even when despair threatened to consume you. Stop doubting what your spirit already knows, what resonates with the deepest core of your being. This message found you for a reason, guided by forces beyond your comprehension. Out of countless moments, this one is sacred, set apart by divine intention. This one is divine, imbued with the power to transform your life forever. Your soul is not mistaken, not deluded, not led astray. This is the exact word you needed, delivered at the exact moment you needed it. A celestial symphony orchestrated for your ears alone. Heaven is precise, meticulously calculating every move. God doesn't send signals without purpose, doesn't waste celestial energy on frivolous endeavors. If your heart is racing, if your soul is stirring, if your eyes are brimming with tears, that's not just emotion, not just a fleeting surge of sentimentality. That's divine energy coursing through your veins, reawakening the dormant potential within you. This is your sign, the unmistakable indication that you are on the right path, that you are precisely where you need to be in this moment. And now, it's your turn to respond, to embrace the call with unwavering faith and audacious action. Change isn't coming. It's already here, swirling around you like an invisible force, permeating every aspect of your existence. You can feel it in the atmosphere, a subtle shift in the energetic landscape, a palpable sense of anticipation. There is a divine shift happening beneath the surface of your life, an unseen transformation that is reshaping your destiny from the inside out. This is not yet about outward success, about accolades and recognition from the external world. It's about the inward transformation, the sacred alchemy that unlocks everything else, the profound metamorphosis that will set the stage for the miracles to come. This transformation is sacred, a holy process of refinement, and it's happening now in this very moment. Your spirit is evolving, shedding the limitations of the past, and embracing the boundless potential of the future. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you react to the challenges of life, it's no longer the same. And that, my dear chosen one, is irrefutable proof of your progress, a testament to the divine work being done within you. What used to shake you to your core no longer stirs you. What used to tempt you, to hold you captive in its seductive grasp, doesn't hold power over you anymore. Why? Because the old version of you is fading away, relinquishing its grip on your destiny. And the new version, the divinely empowered, authentic you, is rising to take its place. This is resurrection, the triumphant emergence from the ashes of the past. This is rebirth, the glorious dawn of a new era in your life. Do not fear what you're becoming, the unfamiliar landscape of your transformed self. It's uncomfortable, yes, because it's unfamiliar, a territory you've never explored before. But this unfamiliar ground is holy, consecrated by the divine intention that has guided you every step of the way. You are stepping into your divine identity, embracing the fullness of who you were always meant to be. And as you do, everything, your relationships, your decisions, your destiny, will align with the divine will, falling into place with effortless grace. Let it happen. Let the transformation unfold without resistance. You're not breaking down, not crumbling under the weight of adversity. You're being built up, brick by brick, into a magnificent edifice of strength, resilience, and unwavering faith. The season of delay is over, relegated to the annals of the past. What was held up is now being released, flowing freely like a river unleashed from its dam. What was blocked is now flowing freely, unimpeded by the obstacles that once stood in your way. You've waited patiently, enduring the trials of time. You've weighed your options, carefully considering each step. And now you win, not by chance, not by luck, not by some fleeting stroke of fortune, but by divine decree, by the unwavering promise of heaven itself. God has pressed go, set the wheels in motion. Your breakthrough has been activated, a celestial engine roaring to life within you. The delay was never denial, never a permanent rejection of your dreams. It was alignment, a meticulous orchestration of the cosmos to ensure that everything was perfectly in place, so that when your moment finally arrived, nothing would be missing, no vital component absent. No more false starts, no more almosts, no more agonizing near misses. This time, when it happens, it will be complete, undeniable, permanent, a transformation that will reverberate through eternity. But remember, breakthrough isn't just about what shows up in your hands, about the tangible rewards that manifest in the external world. It's about what shifts in your heart, about the profound metamorphosis that occurs within your very soul. You're about to see miracles, yes, miraculous manifestations that will defy all logical explanation. But you're also about to become one, to embody the very essence of miraculous potential. You are the breakthrough, the living embodiment of divine possibility. The moment you said yes to God's timing, surrendered to the divine will, heaven responded with a resounding, now. You thought the battles were there to break you, to shatter your spirit and leave you in ruins. But in reality, they were there to build you, to forge you into a warrior of unparalleled strength and resilience. Every tear you shed, every heartbreak you endured, every lonely night you spent wrestling with despair, these weren't just for survival, for clinging precariously to life. They were for elevation, for ascending to a higher realm of consciousness, for embodying the fullness of your divine potential. You are being prepared to carry weight, to shoulder the burdens of others, to walk in wisdom, and to lead others through the very trials you have conquered, illuminating their path with the radiant light of your experience. God never wastes pain, never allows suffering to go without purpose. The very pit you cried in, the desolate place where you felt abandoned and forgotten, will become the platform you rise from, the launching pad for your divine destiny. You didn't just go through it, merely surviving the trials that came your way. You grew through it, allowing the challenges to shape you, to mold you, to transform you into a more resilient, more compassionate, more divinely empowered version of yourself. That depression, that crippling anxiety, that devastating heartbreak, you mastered something eternal there, learning lessons that will reverberate through eternity. Your scars are not blemishes, not signs of weakness or failure. They are proof that you're qualified, that you've endured the fires of adversity and emerged stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. Stop cursing the process that created your power, the very trials that forged you into the warrior you are today. The battlefield was your classroom, where you learned invaluable lessons about faith, resilience, and the unwavering power of the human spirit. The fire was your refinery, where you were purified and refined, shedding the impurities that held you back from your divine potential. You were being taught how to hear God when no one else could, how to believe when nothing made sense, and how to hold on to faith with trembling hands, even when despair threatened to consume you. And now, at long last, you're ready. You were never meant to blend in, to fade into the background, to conform to the expectations of the world around you. You were designed to stand out, to shine with the unique brilliance that sets you apart from the ordinary. You've always felt different, an outsider looking in, because you are. You were not meant to walk the well-trodden path. While others chase fleeting trends, you carry the enduring truth, the timeless wisdom that resonates with the very soul of humanity. While others settle for mediocrity, for a life of quiet desperation, something greater is calling to you, beckoning you to step into your full potential. And this moment right here, this very instant in time, that is your wake-up call, the divine alarm clock jolting you from your slumber. No more dimming your light to make others comfortable. No more suppressing your unique gifts to appease the insecurities of those around you. No more second-guessing your talents, minimizing your abilities, or doubting the divine purpose that resides within you. It's time to step fully into who you were created to be, to embrace the fullness of your divine potential without apology or reservation. There's a divine assignment attached to your name, a unique mission that only you can fulfill, and heaven is sounding the alarm, mobilizing the celestial forces to guide you on your path. Rise, chosen one. Rise from the ashes of your past and embrace the glorious destiny that awaits you. Don't wait for another sign, another nudge from the universe. This is it, the moment you've been waiting for. The world doesn't need another copy, another imitation of what already exists. It needs your authentic voice, your unique power, your captivating story. You're not broken, not damaged, not beyond repair. You're branded by God, marked with the seal of divine favor, destined for greatness. And now it's time to walk like it, speak like it, move like it, and wake up to the magnificent reality of who you truly are. The world has been waiting on your yes, on your willingness to step into your purpose and embrace the destiny that awaits you. For too long, you've just been trying to survive, holding your breath, hoping something would miraculously change without any effort on your part. But God never called you to just get by, to merely scrape through life clinging precariously to survival. He called you to overflow, to abound in abundance, to thrive in every area of your existence. Survival was the training stage, the crucible where you were forged and refined. Now comes the thriving, the reaping of the harvest, the manifestation of the blessings you've been diligently sowing. You were not meant to stay in survival mode, trapped in a cycle of fear and scarcity. That was the wilderness, the desolate place where you were tested and prepared. Now the promised land is in sight, shimmering with the promise of abundance and fulfillment. Your gifts are unlocking, flowing freely like a river unleashed from its dam. Your identity is stabilizing, solidifying into a bedrock of unwavering self-belief. Your heart is healing, mending the wounds of the past and embracing the radiant hope of the future. It's not hype, not wishful thinking, not a fleeting burst of optimism. It's harvest, the culmination of your efforts, the reaping of the rewards you've diligently sown. The struggle is giving way to strategy, the chaos of the past yielding to the clarity of divine purpose. The drought is ending, replaced by a torrential downpour of blessings and opportunities. This next season will not be about proving anything to anyone, about seeking validation from the external world. It will be about becoming everything God placed in you from the beginning, fully embodying the potential that has been dormant within you for far too long. Not who the world tried to make you, not the distorted image crafted by the expectations of others, but who heaven always saw you as, the divinely empowered, authentic self that has been waiting to emerge. It's time to stop merely surviving and start thriving, to embrace the abundance that awaits you and live a life that overflows with purpose and passion. The next 7 days are not ordinary, not mundane, not like any other week in your life. They are prophetic, imbued with divine timing, carrying the potential to alter the course of your destiny forever. What you do in this week could unlock the next 7 years, setting the stage for a future filled with abundance, fulfillment, and divine purpose. That's how crucial, how pivotal, how spiritually charged these days are, pregnant with the possibility of transformation. You will see patterns break, prayers answered, ideas flow like a river, a torrent of inspiration washing over you. Don't take these moments lightly. Don't dismiss them as mere coincidence or fleeting bursts of creativity. Fast, pray, reflect, move with intention, speak with conviction, self-forgive with compassion, and act with unwavering faith. The heavens are open, pouring forth blessings upon your life. The timeline of your life is being shifted, reconfigured by the hand of the divine. You're stepping out of delay, relinquishing the shackles of the past, and into divine acceleration, propelled forward by the force of celestial power. Expect confirmation, clear and undeniable signs that you are on the right path. Expect unusual favor, doors opening before you that seemed impossible to budge. Expect clarity, a radiant illumination of the path ahead, guiding you toward your divine destiny. Because when God marks time, miracles manifest, defying all logical explanation and transforming the impossible into reality. Don't just hope, prepare with diligent intention. Don't just wish, worship with unwavering devotion. Don't just wait passively, walk boldly into what's been predestined, embracing the destiny that has been calling to you from the very beginning. The next 7 days are not just a brief interlude in your life, but an invitation to the rest of your life, a doorway to a future filled with boundless possibilities. There is a plan, intricately woven into the fabric of your being. You may not yet have seen it in its entirety, but it's always been there, patiently waiting for you to awaken to its presence. Woven into your DNA, whispered through your dreams, hinted at in your passions, the blueprint of your destiny has always been there, subtly guiding you toward your ultimate purpose. And now, at long last, it's unfolding right in front of your eyes, revealing itself in breathtaking detail. This is divine design, a masterpiece orchestrated by the hand of God. Not luck, not chance, not coincidence. The right people will show up in your life at precisely the right moment. The right doors will open before you, effortlessly and unexpectedly. The next steps will make sense, aligning with your innermost desires and resonating with the deepest core of your being. The blueprint is becoming visible because you are finally ready to build, to take the helm of your destiny and create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. God does not unveil plans to passive hearts, to those who are content to sit idly by and wait for miracles to fall into their laps. He reveals them to the prepared, to those who have diligently cultivated the soil of their souls and are ready to receive the seeds of divine inspiration. And you, chosen one, have been prepared by fire, forged in the crucible of adversity and tempered by the trials of life. Don't miss this moment. Don't allow fear or doubt to cloud your vision. The blueprint isn't just about what you do, about the external accomplishments you achieve. It's about who you become, about the profound transformation that occurs within your soul as you embrace your divine purpose. Align your heart with the will of the divine. Clarify your vision, focusing your intentions on the future you desire to create. Ground your faith in the unwavering belief that all things are possible with God. Because once you lock into this divine plan, once you commit to walking the path that has been laid out for you, nothing will ever be the same, not just for you, but for generations after you. Your legacy will resonate through eternity, inspiring countless others to embrace their own divine potential. It's easy to look at the lowest seasons of your life and believe they were detours, wasted years filled with pain and suffering with no purpose. But what if I told you the wilderness, that desolate place where you felt abandoned and alone, was not a place of abandonment, but a place of anointing, where God was meticulously preparing you for your divine destiny. Every dry place, every season of silence when heaven seemed deaf to your cries, every long night spent in darkness, these were not punishments, but sacred ground, where God handcrafted your spirit with meticulous care. That's where He pulled you away from the noise of the world, the distractions that threatened to derail you from your path, to tune your ear to His whisper, to hear the subtle guidance that would lead you to your ultimate purpose. In the wilderness, masks fell, revealing the true intentions of those around you. False friends disappeared, unable to withstand the harsh realities of the journey. Distractions were stripped away, leaving you with nothing but yourself and the unwavering presence of the divine. What remained, after all the superficialities had been removed? Just you and God, a sacred communion that forged a bond unbreakable by any earthly force. It's where you learn to walk by faith, not by sight, trusting in the unseen hand of God to guide you through the darkest valleys. It's where your roots sank deep, anchoring you to the unshakable foundation of divine love, because there was no applause, no spotlight, no validation from the external world to fuel your ego. You weren't performing for an audience, seeking their approval or validation. You were being processed, refined, and transformed into a vessel worthy of carrying your divine destiny. What others saw as stagnation, as a period of inactivity and wasted potential, was actually divine preparation, a meticulous orchestration of the cosmos to equip you for the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. You weren't buried in the depths of despair. You were planted, like a seed waiting to sprout and blossom into its full potential. And now, the things God birthed in the hidden place, the dreams and visions that were conceived in the secret chambers of your heart, are about to bloom in public, radiating their beauty and fragrance for all the world to see. People will ask, where did this version of you come from? What transformed you into this radiant being? And you'll smile, knowing the wilderness raised me, molded me, and prepared me for this very moment. So don't despise how far you've come. Don't curse the quiet seasons when it seemed like nothing was happening. That wasn't a pause, a cessation of progress. That was preparation, a vital stage in your journey toward your divine destiny. God never wastes pain, never allows suffering to go without purpose. He uses everything, even the most agonizing experiences, to form his warriors, to equip them with the strength, resilience, and compassion they need to fulfill their divine assignments. And the one emerging from the wilderness is you, a warrior forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by the trials of life, and empowered by the unwavering presence of the divine. Now you're wiser, stronger, more resilient, and finally ready to step into the destiny that awaits you. Time has lied to you, whispering insidious doubts in your ear, attempting to derail you from your divinely ordained path. It whispered, "You missed your window of opportunity. You're too late, too far behind to catch up. The moment has passed, and you'll never be able to fulfill your dreams." But heaven doesn't operate by earthly clocks, doesn't adhere to the limitations of human perception. God doesn't rush miracles, doesn't force events to unfold before their appointed time, and he doesn't panic over delays, doesn't succumb to the anxiety that plagues the human heart. You are right on time in his divine schedule, precisely where you need to be in this moment to fulfill your ultimate purpose. Your journey wasn't linear, a straight path from point A to point B, because your calling isn't average, isn't meant to conform to the expectations of the world. It's unique, divinely inspired, and destined to make a profound impact on the lives of others. Others may have sped ahead, seemingly achieving success and fulfillment at a faster pace, but what they built in haste, you will build on a foundation that lasts, a foundation of unwavering faith, unshakable resilience, and a deep connection to the divine. God has been aligning every detail of your life, every relationship, every open door, every seemingly insignificant decision to ensure your destiny unfolds in perfect order, in accordance with his divine will. This season may have felt like circles and setbacks, a frustrating cycle of repeated patterns and agonizing delays. But what appeared as delay was actually divine alignment, a meticulous orchestration of the cosmos to position you for your ultimate breakthrough. Like a chess master, God has been moving pieces you didn't even see, strategizing and preparing for your moment of triumph, positioning you for a checkmate moment that will change everything in an instant, propelling you into a future beyond your wildest dreams. So release the pressure, let go of the anxiety that has been gripping your heart. Stop comparing your pace to that of others, judging yourself against the arbitrary standards of the world. You're not behind, not lagging behind schedule. You are being positioned, meticulously prepared for the moment when you will step into your destiny and shine with unparalleled brilliance. And when your moment arrives, when you finally step into the fullness of your potential, the speed of your rise will astound those around you, leaving them in awe and wonder. People will say, "Where did they come from? How did they achieve so much in so little time?" But God will know, and you will know, that you've been in alignment the entire time, diligently preparing for this very moment. There are areas of your life, the forgotten dreams, the buried passions, the dormant talents, that have been waiting for you to reawaken to their presence. Somewhere along the line, you forgot who you really are, lost sight of the magnificent potential that resides within you. Trauma made you small, shrinking your spirit and silencing your voice. Fear silenced you, whispering insidious doubts in your ear and paralyzing you with uncertainty. Other people's expectations made you settle for mediocrity, conforming to their limited vision of what was possible for you. But heaven never forgot the blueprint, the divine design that was etched into your very being from the moment of your creation. God still remembers the version of you that was bold, creative, courageous, full of wonder, and brimming with purpose. He remembers the gifts he placed inside you before you were even formed in the womb, the unique talents and abilities that set you apart from the rest of humanity. And now he is reawakening what the world tried to shut down, resurrecting the true you from the depths of despair and mediocrity. This isn't about becoming someone new, about transforming yourself into something you're not. It's about returning to your true self, the authentic being that has been hidden beneath layers of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. The one who dreamed big, who wasn't afraid to try, who believed the impossible was within reach. You haven't lost your calling, haven't been permanently derailed from your divine path. It was merely buried under the weight of life's challenges, obscured by the fog of trauma and disappointment. But now, the Spirit of God is breathing life into those old embers, fanning the flames of your passion and igniting a fire within your soul that cannot be extinguished. You'll begin to feel it, a stirring in your heart, a yearning for something more, a sense that you're on the verge of something extraordinary. Divine reminders will appear in your life, subtle signs that you're on the right path. Childhood dreams will resurface, reminding you of the passions that once burned so brightly within you. Creative urges will flood your mind, inspiring you to express your unique talents in ways you never thought possible. Unexplainable pulls toward purpose will guide you toward your divine destiny. That's not random, not a series of coincidences with no deeper meaning. That's heaven's way of saying you're still called, still chosen, still destined to fulfill a unique and significant purpose in this world. And everything you forgot, every dream that was buried, every talent that was suppressed, heaven remembers, holding on to those precious seeds of potential until the moment is right for them to bloom. You thought the breaking would destroy you, shatter your spirit and leave you beyond repair. And in many ways it did. It broke the version of you dependent on ego, driven by the need for external validation, and paralyzed by fear. It dismantled the false self you had constructed to protect yourself from the pain of the world. But look now at the version of you that is emerging from the ashes of the past, stronger, wiser, more authentic, more divinely empowered than ever before. Sometimes a blessing doesn't come disguised as success, as a sudden influx of wealth or recognition. It comes through breaking, through the painful dismantling of the false structures that were holding you back from your true potential. God allowed what you built, the carefully constructed edifice of your life, to fail, to crumble before your eyes. Not because he hated you, not because he wanted to inflict pain upon you, but because he loved you too much to let you stay in something that couldn't. The silence you've endured? It wasn't emptiness. It was hallowed ground, fertile with potential. Those whispered prayers, seemingly lost to the wind, haven't vanished. They're very much alive, swirling in the unseen currents of divine intention. Think of them as seeds, planted long ago, now pushing through the dark soil towards the sun. Some answers, like fine wines, require time to reach their peak. Certain breakthroughs demand the precise, unhurried hand of divine timing. But etch this truth onto your heart. God never forgets a prayer born of genuine faith. The harvest you've longed for is tangible, real, and its tendrils are reaching upwards even now. Prepare yourself. You're on the precipice of stepping into a season of undeniable, visible evidence. The quiet, unseen growth that took place in the hidden corners of your life is about to burst forth into the light. Prayers you'd almost written off as unanswered are poised to manifest as golden opportunities, divinely orchestrated relationships, profound healing, crystal clear clarity, and abundant provision. You'll witness it all unfold, and a wave of recognition will wash over you. You'll whisper, This is what I prayed for all those years ago. So I implore you, don't falter now. Don't silence the power of your prayers. Continue planting seeds with your words, watering them with unwavering faith. The same God who meticulously heard your pleas then is orchestrating the increase now. That agonizing wait? It wasn't a denial, a cosmic rejection. It was a sacred preparation, a refining fire forging you for the abundance that awaits. Perhaps you've glanced around, a sense of inadequacy creeping in. I'm not like them, you might have thought. I lack their platform, their impressive education, their vast following. But listen, truly listen, to this profound truth. God doesn't anoint the obvious, the already polished and seemingly perfect. He anoints the obedient, the willing vessels ready to be filled. And you, chosen one, you are walking in an oil slick of divine favor. You weren't selected because of flawlessness, but because of your willingness. Willing to walk the difficult path, even when your feet ached. Willing to stay rooted, even when every fiber of your being screamed to quit. Willing to believe, even when your hands were empty and hope seemed a distant memory. That kind of surrender, that unwavering trust, commands heaven's undivided attention. The anointing that rests upon your life cannot be earned through striving, imitated through performance, or faked through empty words. It is purely divine, a weighty presence, undeniably real. It's the reason people are inexplicably drawn to your presence, captivated by your voice, energized by your very being, even if they can't articulate why. It's the anointing, the whisper of God's favor on your life. You may feel unqualified by the world's standards, lacking the credentials and accolades others flaunt. But in the courts of heaven, you are favored, chosen, and deeply loved. So, cease waiting for that elusive feeling of readiness to descend. You are already equipped, empowered by grace itself. What you carry within you is significant, weighty with purpose. And when God declares you ready, nothing and no one can impede your ascent. You are undeniably anointed for this very moment. Perhaps you've stood here before, filled with excitement, brimming with hope, ready to believe in the unfolding miracle. Then, it all crumbled, leaving behind shards of disappointment that still prick at your heart. But hear me clearly now. This time is fundamentally different. Not because the external circumstances have magically shifted, but because you are different. You're no longer chasing, desperately striving. What you desire is now being drawn to you, magnetically. You're not begging, pleading for scraps of attention or validation. You're attracting blessings, drawing in opportunities with the sheer force of your transformed spirit. You're no longer trying to prove your inherent worth. You already know it, deep within your soul. You've grown through the storms, healed from the wounds, and matured in ways you never thought possible. You are now operating with wisdom, not driven by the desperation of the past. The painful lessons of the past will not be repeated. You have learned what they were sent to teach you. That failed relationship clarified your vision, revealing what you truly seek. That lost opportunity laser-focused your energy, directing you toward your true path. That closed door forced you to depend on God alone, strengthening your reliance on the divine. Now, you're moving in alignment with your purpose, not fueled by fleeting ambition. So, don't allow fear to hold you hostage. Don't let the ghosts of the past sabotage the promise of your future. This time will be different precisely because you are different. You are ready to receive the blessing, and the blessing is equally ready to find you. You might try to skip over the difficult parts of your story, the failures, the moments of shame, the mistakes you wish you could erase. But those very pieces, those perceived imperfections, are what make your story so powerfully resonant. There is undeniable glory in brokenness, profound beauty in pain. That's where true transformation takes place, where the seeds of resilience are sown. God isn't trying to conceal your story, to bury it in the shadows. He's trying to use it, to unleash its potential to impact the world. Your testimony is a key, capable of unlocking freedom in someone still trapped in the prison of silence. You didn't endure all that you did merely to survive. You went through it to tell it, to set others free with the hard-won wisdom you've gained. Your scars carry anointing oil, a potent balm for wounded souls. Every chapter of your life, even the ones you prayed would remain unread, are sacred because you made it through. You're still here, standing tall. And that survival is not just a fact, a statistic. It's a powerful message, a living testament that proclaims, if God could bring me through that, He can bring you through anything. Stop hiding your journey, concealing the valleys you've traversed. God receives the ultimate glory through your honesty, through your willingness to be vulnerable. Your transparency is healing someone else, offering them a glimpse of hope in their darkest hour. The more real you are, the more powerfully God's grace flows through you. Your story isn't a source of shame. It's a strategic weapon against the darkness. For too long, you've been surrounded by people who only saw fragments of your true self. The carefully curated version you performed, the version they projected onto you, the version that made them feel comfortable and secure. But that limiting season is over. God is now sending people into your life who see you fully, completely, spiritually, prophetically, and with unwavering accuracy. These aren't shallow, superficial connections. They are divinely ordained alignments, kingdom partnerships designed to propel you forward. These are people who don't compete with you, who aren't threatened by your potential. They complete what God is already doing in your life, adding fuel to the fire of your calling. Expect divine connections to manifest, conversations that stir your soul to its very core, mentors who unlock hidden gifts you didn't even know you possessed, and friends who speak life and prophesy hope when you're weary and discouraged. These aren't just random acquaintances. They're answers to your prayers, walking, breathing manifestations of God's provision. You won't have to chase them down or perform to earn their approval. You'll recognize them instantly by the unmistakable stirring of the Spirit within you. And when they arrive, embrace them fully. Allow them to love you unconditionally, to sharpen your skills, and to challenge you to grow. You were never meant to walk this path alone. And now, heaven is sending your tribe, your support system, your spiritual family. You've been conditioned to believe that rest is synonymous with laziness, that constant hustle is the only path to holiness. But in the kingdom of God, that paradigm is reversed. Rest is a form of spiritual warfare, a bold declaration of trust. Rest says, I trust God more than my own frantic efforts. I trust His perfect timing more than my self-imposed deadlines. When you truly rest, your spirit aligns with God's will. Your mind resets from the chaos of the world, and you hear His voice with crystal clarity. You stop forcing what was never meant for you, and you begin flowing effortlessly in what always was. Miracles move in silent spaces, and breakthroughs brew in the stillness of surrendered hearts. Your rest is a weapon, a powerful act of faith. You've done enough. You've tried enough. Now, it's time to rest in the unwavering promise that God is actively working on your behalf, doing what you simply cannot. He's shifting hearts, opening doors, and making ways in the wilderness, while you simply rest in unwavering trust. Rest isn't quitting. It's releasing. Releasing control, fear, pressure, and self-imposed timelines. And when you do that, the impossible begins to look not just possible, but inevitable. Your stillness is His signal, a green light for Him to unleash His power. Let God work. Anchor yourself in these biblical truths, reinforcing your identity in this pivotal season. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you might go and bear fruit. Fruit that will last, and that whatever you ask in my name the Father will give you. John 15 verse 16. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His wonderful light. 1 Peter 2 verse 9. For He chose us in Him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in His sight. Ephesians 1 verse 4. Remember this. You are not simply going through this challenging season. You are going up through it, ascending to new heights of purpose and fulfillment. The detours, the delays, the perceived setbacks, they weren't evidence of failure. They were signs of divine formation, shaping you into the masterpiece you were always meant to be. You aren't outside of God's plan. You are precisely inside it, right now, moving with unwavering momentum toward the unveiling of your glorious destiny. So, prepare your heart, steady your faith, and declare your readiness to receive. Because what you've been waiting for, longing for, praying for, is preparing to meet you, right where you are. The chosen one stands not in fear and trembling, but in unwavering faith. Not in hesitant doubt, but in holy boldness, empowered by the Spirit of God. Rise. Your moment has undeniably arrived.